everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Taking Strahd Seriously, Part 25. Today is October 22nd, 2019, and you are loved. And that is something that we like to start off each session with, is by letting all of you know this, and we do those sessions Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow is also one of our special once-monthly games, so consider stopping by on the 23rd to see that, as well as we rejoin our looming 20s. If you are just now tuning in and you want to catch up on either our Curse of Strahd game, our homebrew game, or any of the other games that we offer here, consider going to youtube.com/indooradventures, where we upload all of our VODs. We also upload all of the audio to those games anywhere where podcasts are available. If you cannot find it on your preferred listening app, please let me know, and I will go out of my way to make sure that you don't have to download additional things. If you already support us by subscribing on Twitch or YouTube or following us on any variety of social media, but you want to help support more, consider going to patreon.com/indooradventures, where you can gain access to an after show that we do called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. The easiest way to ask us these questions is, of course, by joining our Discord, found in the links below, or, hey, in the chat of this video if you're watching this live. With that, there are other ways. There's one other way, of course, that you can support the show, which is by going to bit.ly/adventure-merch. We got hoodies, we got posters, we have mugs, we have all sorts of stuff that we like to make available for all of you fans of the series, so consider going to bit.ly/adventure-merch. Pick yourself up something nice. But that is it for my spiel, so RJ, take us away.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ and I'm playing Bartholomew, the Blood Hunter, Ranger, Werewolf.
Hi everyone, I'm LBHackEmUp and I am playing Silme Malrezka, the half-elf wizard. And just as a FYI, I have a kitten on my lap who had surgery today, so if I suddenly do something weird, that's why.
I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing Keffris Bellevue, the mongrel folk barbarian who signed himself up to go for quite a jog later today.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I'm replaying Flynt, the shifter barbarian/rogue, who is also a werewolf, and is also going to be running today. It'll be fun.
And I'm Wings. I'm your very spooky DM today. Let's go ahead and get things started off with the recap. Last time, Tereska revealed her lycanthropic origins to Bartholomew and the cause of their shared curse. A plan was made to infiltrate the werewolf den while half the party distracted Kirill. On the way to Vallaki, Irena fell under a trance and, in a voice that was evidently not her own, revealed the location of the werewolf den. Upon arriving in Vallaki, Bartholomew found that Ismark had been transformed into a feral vampire spawn. He attempted to put him out of his misery, but Irena and Keffris stopped him, the latter of which offering his blood to Ismark. Escher met again with Silme, impressing upon her the importance of discreet correspondence and revealing that the only way to free Ismark of Strahd's influence would be to kill her. Alrighty. So, Keffris is still asleep, having passed out from blood loss. What is the rest of the crew doing to prepare for tonight's werewolf escapades?
I'm helping Maybelle pack snacks,
Okay.
make tea.
If Bartholomew can, he's trying to find silvered weapons to take with them.
I'm sure you can find some silvered weapons in Vallaki.
Cool. Maybe like a...
Flynt's limbering up, getting a good stretch in.
Making like the general preparations, food, probably some supplies. He's gonna check in on his dad and sister.
Okay. They're doing a little better. Myrtle is now out of bandages. And you can see that she has been marked by her encounter with the fire. There is like, when you first walk in on her, she's probably like looking out a window and like, she looks completely normal. And then she'll turn to look at you, and then the entire like side of her face and body is just like horribly marred with burns. But she seems to be holding up well.
Walks past her, kind of ruffles gingerly the side of her head,
Mm-hmm.
and then heads over to his dad, see how he's holding up.
He is eager to get back to work. He wants to be more active in the community. But Father Lucian is a little more... He's still pretty insistent that he get some bed rest yet.
Take a hand, push him back down, but you should probably lay down for a while longer. We have things covered outside. You focus on recovery.
You have grown. And he seems to want to finish that thought, but that's about as complete a thought as he needs. And he just kind of pats you and says, "You've grown."
Well, things happened and responsibilities. I'm going to take these siblings out for a bit, but I'll be back, and when we get the chance, we need to talk.
All right. I am always open to talk to you, my son.
Bartholomew nods his head, and he's gonna turn around and find Father Lucian for the thing.
Okay. Now, I've only done this a couple of times before, and during that time, I still kind of had all my faculties about me, but I'm running a little thin nowadays. He says, getting out a bottle and like some weird like tubing and a big long needle. So what I'm trying to say is if you start feeling woozy, you let me know, all right?
Oh, you will know.
All right, you get jabbed.
Cool. Thanks.
He's doing his best.
It's okay.
How many did you say you wanted to give?
2.
All right. By the end of the ordeal, it takes about half an hour. You have 2 wine bottles filled with blood.
Cool. He's gonna climb the tower.
All right.
Is the trap door locked?
I mean, I don't know. What did you guys do about the trap door?
We closed the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and you locked it from this side?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, it is locked.
Question. Since we're kind of hanging out in the church now, because that's where Keffris is passed out, do we see Speedy with 2 wine bottles of blood heading towards the...
It looks like 2 wine bottles, like...
Okay, fair enough.
Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or...
Bartholomew's stealthy? No. I mean, if people see him, people see him.
Okay. Yep. So...
where are you going, Bartholomew?
I don't know how long Ismark is going to be stable. So I'm going to see if I can give him these bottles, and hopefully he can ration it out until we come back.
Actually doesn't sound like such a bad idea.
You'd be surprised I'm full of them.
That being said, do you want support in case, he has an episode?
The last time we were up there, he had chained himself to the wall. So If anything, I could always just roll the bottles across the floor to him.
All right, well, I'll still back you up a little bit, but I'll let you do it.
Okay.
All right. You climb the spiral staircase and you find Irena guarding the door.
I need to speak to your brother.
I suppose this can be done. What are the bottles for?
Their blood.
It's an interesting idea. You're not just going to leave both of those bottles with him, are you?
Do you suggest giving this to someone else who might get hurt to come up and feed him?
My understanding is that when you are using the substance that a person is addicted to treat said person, you should have someone to administer. You do not leave an addict in charge of their own medication.
So, do you have anyone in mind? Because
As much as I regret to say it, I volunteer to watch after my brother.
I don't like that. Not because I don't trust you. It's because if you have another episode, if Strahd knows that you're alone.
All right, so I stay to watch my brother. You leave Silme's handservant to watch me.
I would have to talk to her.
She will reach out and take the bottles from you. It's best.
Silme goes back down.
Yes?
Irena is going to stay behind to watch her brother. Could you have Mabel stay behind to watch her, just in case?
I can. However, what do you expect Mabel to do if the vampire comes?
Fly to us as fast as she can to warn us.
So you want me to change her into an owl? To watch? Okay. I mean, I can do that. I just feel like I feel like she'll be safer with us.
My problem is if he goes too long without blood, if he becomes crazed, if he decides that the people here are a buffet and rampages, that would be on me for not doing anything.
Well, counter argument. If we leave Irena behind and Strahd comes and takes her, and then he becomes a crazed vampire spawn thing and kills a bunch of people, then we have a lot more problems on our hand.
Listen, I know it's still a loss-loss situation, but I'm just trying my best right now.
Why don't we have, like, your father watch him or something? Someone who's capable. Not that Irena's not capable. I'm just saying that she's a target. I mean, we'll do as she wishes, but I don't agree.
Irena!
She will tromp down the spiral staircase.
Okay, count that argument. What if I get my dad to feed him?
Counter argument. Isn't your dad in favor of the kindness?
Yes. I can ask for a favor, I guess. Oh, God.
What about all of your hunter buddies? Aren't they, available?
Yes, but they
And
Also,
to you?
pro kindness.
pro
Yes,
kindness.
but-
Welcome to Barovia or Valaki.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Crossbow weddings all around. Sorry.
Okay, this is out of left field. Krezik,
We take your brother to Kresik.
the abbot has plenty of empty cells.
Counter argument. Van Richten's tiger cart is still out there somewhere, and we can probably keep your brother in it and take you with us.
That's a
Alright.
win-win-win.
All right. Query? Where are we going to park the cart?
Somewhere close?
Somewhere close, off the road.
Flynt, is there some road that travels close?
Just the main roads. I mean, the hunters would know more about roads around here than I would.
We could
As you
find
guys are-
some. Good, sorry.
As you guys are discussing this, a raven will alight with a note tied to its leg and flutter over to Bartholomew.
Take the note, bop it on the head, read the note.
You get a letter from your mother, and it is rendezvous points. One for the distraction group and one for the infiltration group. The distraction group is to meet at Lake Bartok, and the infiltration group is to meet at the Raven River Bridge.
We could leave the cart off the path towards Raven River Bridge. That would be
All right.
a decent place to extract as well.
We tie Irena to the cart so that she doesn't go wandering off by herself.
Or leave. Oh, gosh.
Or she comes with the extraction group.
Should
I mean,
only
there's
be-
no winning here, but at least if he gets out in the woods, then it won't be as bad.
If I can get his scent, I can probably track him down at some point.
So Irena comes with us, so we can watch her. And her brother stays in the cart where we leave him.
Is this agreeable?
All right, I agree.
Perfect. See? Everyone's happy.
I'm not.
Yeah, there you are met by collective frowns.
Right. Well, tea, anyone?
Flynt, can you help me move Doru Ismark?
You keep doing that. Who's this Doro guy?
Don't worry about it.
Yep. I'll do my best.
Shall we put him to sleep or something?
Raise his fist.
No. Let me see if there's something I can do. She pulls out her book, starts flipping through.
I could ask my uncle if he has any medicinal herbs, and then
Make him
spike one of the
very
bottles.
sick. I can remove his curse. No.
His what?
Well, I can remove a curse, but he's not cursed. It's a
Oh,
Yeah, he's dead.
yes.
It's a
I heard
different
something
story.
completely different.
I'm spoken for, Speedy.
No, you know what? No, that's not. I heard remove and uncle.
Listen, I told you I'm not going to take any more.
No, do you have any herbs that would be used like a powerful like
Sedative.
I'll see what I can do.
We spike a bottle of blood, give it to Ismark. He turns to the rest of the group. While he's knocked out, I'll throw my cloak over him. We throw him in the cart, and then we go.
Right.
Here's some silvered weapons.
What could possibly go wrong?
How dare you?
What silvered weapons do we get?
How many?
Couple of knives,
like what-
right, at least.
Yeah,
Just-
I'd say that like each one of you could get at least a knife. Any postulate to me, like tell me what you want. Justify
I
it.
mean,
Just a
My-
dagger.
my main weapon is a hand axe, so I don't
If
know.
maybe like a silvered longsword for Irena.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that.
I'll take a
even-
dagger. I don't care.
Yeah. Wait.
All right,
I'm easy.
all right. God. Okay. Um, this occurs.
There has not been a time where we have had 8 hours of downtime, right?
I mean,
Besides
Well-
sleepy time.
what do you like? Since when? Like for what purpose?
Because I have the ability to make a transmutation stone,
Mm.
but I need 8 hours to do it, and I don't
Um,
feel like we've had a time for me to do that.
I'm pretty sure that you told me that you were going to do this at some point during our fast play. And you definitely would have had at least
Okay.
8 hours at the Wizard of Wines to do that.
Cool.
I
So
think-
I've created what?
I think you were making your stone, and then you were like, I don't know what I want to choose. I'll look for it later.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I've figured it out.
Wonderful.
I've chosen to make it an increased speed of 10 feet per 10 feet.
Ooh,
While
Nice.
the creature is unencumbered, and she is going to find her brother after a little while and hand it to him.
okay.
This will
your-
keep you safe, brother.
Your brother is out cold
I'm just
for
snoring.
most of the day.
I'll just
Um,
put it in his pants.
Oh,
Like,
I could,
right. Go ahead.
Miss, I can explain it to him later.
Oh, I'm just going to stick it between his butt cheeks so when he wakes up, he thinks he's pooed himself.
Oh. Oh, okay then.
I'm sorry, that was terribly forward of me. Never mind. Please leave me forever.
That seems very strange, Miss Silme.
I'm sorry. We play pranks on each other all the time, and this is just one of them.
I see. Okay. He was just sleeping so soundly and doing that sigh he always does. So I was just, yeah, I was okay.
Wait, what do you mean the sigh he always
I'll
does?
just wait for you out here.
Okay. Sorry. And she's just flush and like, oh God, there goes a full day of, all right. She's gonna do what she said she was gonna do. She's gonna like tuck it between his cheeks and just like push it down a little bit.
Wonderful.
You Dalelanders are so weird.
Done.
Then she'll go apologize profusely to Maybell. I'm so sorry. That was it. I'm just used to you being as you were.
Maybell will kind of like awkwardly shake that off
Mhm.
and will make some tea and put it in a thermos.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't mind staying here?
Do I need to?
You don't have to, but we are going somewhere very dangerous.
I mean, I could watch over Mr. Ismark in the cart, I suppose. But otherwise, I don't see any reason not to go with you.
Bartholomew walks by. It's not a bad idea. She's dead and he's not interested in her blood.
Not helpful, but thank you. Yes, I'd love to have you come with us on the trip.
All right. Is there a particular form that you think would be appropriate?
Well, you used to prefer being a horned owl. Is that
Oh.
something?
That's adorable. Okay.
All right. You do have one horn in the form as well. It's very, very cute.
Oh, well, I was just laughing about the play on words there. That's very cute.
Thank you. I don't recall if I came up with that or you did, but anyways, shall we?
Of course. And you do. Keffris, you awaken with a stone in your pants.
I imagine that it's like an abrupt wake up where he turns over, so that way he's like sitting on it, and then just what? Just
You hear snorting from the other side of the room.
Did you do the poo thing again? It doesn't feel like poo. We've been over this. What possessed you to put a rock in my pants while I was sleeping?
It will help you tonight. She kind of starts walking over.
What do you
I'm
mean
sorry.
It will help me? It's a rock. If something gets close, do you expect me to throw it at them?
No. Sorry, let me.
Why?
All right.
It's porous. Now I have scratchies between my buns.
Oh, so worth it. The stone is magical and will allow you to run faster.
I saw you put it in between my ass.
So meanwhile, Flynt and Speedy will drug Ismark, bind him, cover him up with a cloak, throw him into Sasha's cage. You can hook up the horses to the cart, like from your cart to the circus cart. Get a hold of some heavy duty, high quality chains and such, and lock it up. And you guys are basically ready to go. You do that.
Drop off the distraction group at like Bar Talk and continue on our merry way.
Wonderful. Very good.
If possible, Keffris would have wanted to pray at the altar.
Okay.
With the bones one last time before running out, because after his dream, he's feeling particular about it.
All right. What is your prayer in particular?
Just to give us the strength and the speed to do this quickly.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Wowee. Religion, huh? That's a 22.
Oh my, that is very good. All right. The next time you roll initiative, remind me of this, and I'll let you know the effects.
Okay. If it's advantage, I already have that.
It's not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So do you all basically what is your plan going forward? What do you do?
We get a horse for the cart, get Ismark in the cart, take the cart to the lake, split up there, and then do the thing.
Yeah. Splitting up right outside of Lake Bartok, and
This is such a bad idea.
kind of just good luck storming the cave.
I hate you so much. I've read that one.
And I will make sure to give my sister an extra long hug and just let her know that I believe in her.
Run fast, all right? Don't be an idiot.
My butt rock will guide me swiftly.
Don't call it a butt rock.
Don't let him out of your sight. She points to Flynt.
Easier said than done, but I will do my best.
Enjoy your butt rock. Smack, smack, smack. Walks back to the car.
Who do you want Irena to go with?
Come with us with a cart.
She'll come with
Extraction or
us.
distraction.
Extraction.
Extraction, please.
Okay. All right. So y'all split up. Who shall we start with?
As they split up, Speedy turns to Keffris and goes, "I'll keep your sister safe, but I'm going to charge triple."
She'll pay it. It's fine.
Okay. Who wants to start?
I think,
Probably distraction,
yeah,
right?
distraction, so that way you guys know how to react to what asinine thing we're about to do.
All right.
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention this. So the distraction group has been told to meet at the rendezvous point and then do the hunter's whistle for all clear. And Bartholomew can have told you how to do that.
Yeah, please do.
I don't know that one. I've heard
It's
it
three
8
whistles.
times, but I don't pay attention.
It's 3 whistles.
I've probably heard in the distance at one point. I have a good idea.
All right.
Oh, that's what that one means.
So you will arrive at, well, is there any conversations that occur before you arrive at Lake Baratok?
You feeling all blooded up and ready to go there, Keffris? You're not going to flag on me like you did yesterday or earlier today?
Wait, what? What did I
When
do?
you gave all your blood to the
Oh.
vampire?
I mean, like the goal here is to run really fast, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I can do that. I can do very simple tasks, and I can do them very well.
Well, don't get any heroic ideas and think, oh, I'll go take care of this big, bad werewolf that's been terrorizing the country for years and years.
If it's someone who's been terrorizing for years and years, I don't know what they look like. I don't know the difference, honestly, between Werewolf A and Werewolf B, other than, like, if one of them is missing an eye or has a distinct pelt difference.
You'll probably know him when you see him.
Probably no one. So my whole thing is, if a werewolf gets close to me, and they are big and scary, I stab them really hard and hope that they stop chasing me as quickly as they were. Does that sound good?
We'll see how that works out for you.
What would be your plan?
Just keep running.
Same
And
plan.
only fight if your avenue of escape is cut off.
Flynt, I have a serious question for you before all this begins.
All right.
Do you believe in fate?
No.
What do you believe in?
It's a whole lot of nothing right now.
What I believe in right now, in this very moment, is you. You have survived in this countryside for how long? 30 years?
By myself for 20, but yeah.
By yourself for 20, which is 20 longer than I feel like anyone else surviving by themselves has been able to do. You've been incredibly lucky, or you have been incredibly smart and cunning. I believe in you, Flynt. Together we shall run like hell.
There you are with the pep talks again. I'll take it. I'll take this one. Thanks.
All right. That's it. Keffris is just like doing some stretches as they're walking.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to cramp up at a horrible time.
All right. You will arrive at Lake Baratok, and you are very swiftly reminded that this is the place with the Wizard's Tower.
Oh, yes.
Don't touch that door. Kaplow.
Kazan. Kazan is the word that we want.
Right. That's the wizard who's its tower.
No. He was very self-centered. If we say Kazan at the door, then we can just walk in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, is this Wizard's Tower important for anything? If we want to make a really big distraction and we want a lot of people to be aware of us very quickly, we could just knock it down.
I think what's her face has a plan, so let's call her.
All right.
I mean, plan B.
Always a plan B.
Question. Did you have that cart out front? You know, the cart that had the "Do Not Enter" sign on it? Wings.
It is no longer there.
Okay. Also, that's worrying. Anyway, whistle blows.
All right. That whistle is a reciprocated. there's a response. There is a answering whistle. God. And you see a figure just kind of alight onto the scaffolding on the side of the tower. And you recognize the form of Tereska Tornescu come scampering down the ladder. And she looks to the two of you. We'll get back to you in just a second. Bartholomew, Speedy, Irena, Ismark, and Maybell. You arrive at the Raven River Bridge, and you were not given a way to contact the person that you're supposed to be meeting up with. However, Bartholomew, you give me a perception check. At advantage, because sneef, sneef.
Sneef, sneef. Advantage 18.
18. Very good. You can tell that she's here. Zuleika.
Is there any trees I can park the carriage under, away from the road?
You could. You could also put it under the bridge.
Oh, okay, cool. That works.
All right. You bring that carriage around to park it under the bridge, and you see the figure of a woman just kind of leaned up against the supports of the bridge. And she turns to look at you, and her eyes flash the yellow predatory glare. And she seems to be playing with what appears to be a knife made out of bone. And she's going to just kind of slide that back into her sheath and start walking towards you. And Silme, this is the first time you've seen this woman. She bears a remarkable resemblance to Tereska. And whereas Tereska has dark, black curly hair that she pulls up into a ponytail out of her face, this woman just kind of lets her hair go wild. It would be long if it weren't so curly, and it just kind of surrounds her face in a mane.
Mm-hmm.
And she will approach and say, "This is quite a pack you have."
It'll only be the two of us going in.
The two of us? She says,
"Hi, Silme Melreska." And she gives her hand.
She just kind of looks at that like she doesn't know what to do with it.
She grabs it back.
Zuleika Tornescu.
"Oh, it's lovely to meet you."
Sure.
All right.
"So what's the plan?"
I have promised to let you into the den and show you the thing that you seek.
"And you didn't warn anyone about us, yes?"
No one that you should be worried about.
"Fabulous. Just clarifying with who does what and what you've promised, and things have gotten tricky. So where will you be?"
I will be with you.
"Solid. Well, shall we wait or go?"
We will wait until Kirill has left.
"Right. And you can sense this?"
You'll know.
"Right. Well, tea?" She holds up a thermos.
She kind of like recoils a little bit as you hold it up. But kind of tips her head in curiosity and sniffs at it.
To pour a little, the top of it and pass it over.
She accepts it kind of suspiciously, and she's going to sniff at it again. But evidently not finding anything, malicious about it. She'll take a small sip and seem surprised by the taste of it, and just kind of hold it protectively.
Okay.
And just kind of stalk back over to that support and
Yeah.
nurse that.
Sylvie just turns to Speedy. She seems nice.
Yes, I guess. I don't really know what she's after, but while we're in there, Silme, he'll tip the newsboy hat up. If things go south, don't hit the werewolf with the scar on his head.
Why?
Because in case I have to turn into a werewolf,
Oh, I'm sorry. That's you. Got it. Sorry.
I have a scar on my head to differentiate myself from everybody else because I feel like someone can't differentiate werewolves.
You do realize you have a dagger scar on your chest as well, yes?
Yes, but you know, features.
Right. Well, I'll be at chest level, so I'll look for that.
Great.
But please don't wolf out if you don't have to.
Oh, promises.
Amazing.
Is that a yes?
That's a maybe.
All right. Should be fine.
All right, back to the other folks. Tereska approaches and says, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but, well, here you are.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I hope you weren't expecting your son, but yeah.
Like I said, I don't know what I was expecting. And she's just kind of like walking around the two of you, kind of sizing you up. And you are both fast runners.
Oh, yes.
Which one of you is going to carry me?
I'm also very strong.
You ought to be my guest, Keffris.
I hope you don't mind. I may need you to either stab me or hit me while we are running.
I'm sorry.
So, if I, when I enter into a state of rage, it is difficult to maintain that unless I am hurting someone or someone is hurting me. If I am focusing on running, that means I'm not hurting anyone, which means that somebody will need to hurt me in order to make this much easier. So I'm going to need you, if I am carrying you, to also take on the burden of either stabbing or hitting me.
She just slaps you across the face.
That will probably do.
That will do?
Yes, but how am I carrying you? Is it fireman's carry? Are you piggybacking? I have spikes. It's very...
Yeah, she kind of point, like puts her finger on one of your spikes and then yes, I think piggyback is going to be a little...
All right, so I can fireman's on a shoulder that doesn't have any protrusions.
She and you can practice several different arrangements, and eventually you work out something that allows her to lean over and get out her longbow and pull it back without too much interference.
Sounds good.
All right. And as you guys are speaking, the light is gradually waning as night begins to settle over Barovia. Are you all ready?
Ready as ever.
No, but we make do with what we have.
All right. Once we start this, we're all in. There's no going back. The most important thing that we need to do here is get them to chase us and then not lose them. It's one thing to start a chase and then, escape from them. I'm not worried about that. I know that we can escape from them. But there is a delicate balance here.
I don't know if you really remember Kirill or anything, but me and him have a bit of a beef. So I think if I hang myself out, we're not going to lose him anytime soon.
So we just want to draw them towards us. Make sure that we're slow enough that they think that they can gain, but always maintain just out of their reach.
She nods.
This I can do.
All right. I need to be honest with you. The three of us are not going to be enough to kill Kirill. So if he catches us, it's not going to look good.
If he catches us, I would like to say I'm sorry about your family. And I've been doing my best since we got here to make it up to you, even before I met you.
I'm sorry about my family too. So, welcome to the club.
We won't have to make these apologies, because we're going to get out of this.
Good. And she will take a couple of steps towards the tower and say, "Are we ready?"
Kaplow.
Kaplow indeed. And she will take something out of her pack, which looks like just a little bundle. And you realize that it is actually a bat. Its little head is just kind of like moving around, and it's kind of screeching at her. And its wings have just kind of been bound. And she puts that bat at the end of an arrow. And then she pulls it back and she lets it fly at the tower. And then immediately, as soon as that fleshy little body just kind of paps against the door, there is a strike of lightning. And kaplow indeed, there is a great sound that surely anybody in the woods with their ears out can hear. Meanwhile, over at the Raven River Bridge, y'all can hear that strike of lightning, and Zuleika will just kind of throw that cup on the ground and say, "That is our signal. Let us go."
Silme looks over at the thing, looks up, and Maybell, like, do you mind just grabbing that since, it's the lid?
Oh, of course, Miss Silme.
She's a bird.
Am I tripping balls?
I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, she swoops down, picks it up with her talons, and kind of glares at Zuleika.
Right. Yep. Go ahead.
Bartholomew turns to Irena. Be safe. We'll be back. Hops off. Runs.
If you need anything, just yell for us, all right?
Everything will be okay.
Should we tie you to the cot? Wait, isn't she coming with us?
Turns, shrugs.
All right, come with us. Just wait outside the cave, okay?
Okay, fine. Irena comes.
Maybell, do not let her enter that cave. Do everything in your power to stop her.
Wait, who's watching Ismark?
That was the plan.
What is she gonna do? Okay, what do we want? What do we want?
Leave Maybell there. If Ismark breaks out, she can fly and find us.
Okay, fine. We do this.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have so much faith in all of us.
Okay, I'm just saying that she was trying to go to the cave. If we let her go to the cave, it's probably not good, but it's fine.
But the point of it is, she has to read the fucking book anyway.
I'm not a character. Go.
This seems like something that we would do. Just as these characters, this seems like something that would happen. So I'll allow it. So all three of you come along, and Zuleika, who is leading the way, just kind of moving a little bit too fast, and not really like looking back over her shoulder to make sure that you guys are coming. She kind of gives a wary eye to Irena, and she just leads you through the forest. And at some point, she comes to a large escarpment, just kind of a cliffside. And there are like a bunch of moss clinging to it, all this foliage that and brambles that are along the bottom end of this cliff. And she turns around and looks at the group and says, I hope none of you have baby skin.
I'm sorry, my skin is very soft. What do you mean?
She just kind of gives you a wicked smile, and then she ducks into the brambles and starts just sort of walking along underneath them, and you can see the barbs just sort of scraping along her skin.
Is Irena in her armor?
Yes.
Cool. Bartholomew throws like the trench coat over Silme and then ducks under the barbs.
Silme tries to keep her hair safe.
All right. Everybody take 4 piercing damage as you scrape along the barbs, and you get underneath the brambles, and you can see that Zuleika has actually like gotten down all the way down into an army crawl and is just sort of pulling herself through a very low hole, and it is quite claustrophobic.
Oh, do we have to do that?
Sadly. Under.
Silme looks at her dress. Begins to army crawl.
All right, everybody give me an athletics check.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Irena also got a dirty 20.
Did you get a nat?
Athletics, I rolled a 19 and I have a -1.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. Everybody is able to perform this feat with minimal repercussions, but you do come out on the other end. At some point, the dirt turned into mud, and then you came out on the other end. Like at the very end of the hole, you actually have to duck your head underneath this dirty water that you can't see through. And I wish the audio cast could see the faces that LB's making right now. Poor Silme.
Silme is so upset. Just has like the look a sad dog makes, just so sad and like defeated.
Is running, coming out of the water.
This here's boot camp, lady. And so you
prestidigitation. Wait, do I have that? I don't think I have that. I do. Fuck yeah.
Wonderful. So you come out on the other end. You like deep breath coming up out of this disgusting, like viscous, muddy water. And like by this point, a soft rain has started falling, and you can you're just kind of like taking a moment to catch your breath, and you can see this lanky figure of Zuleika just kind of standing there waiting for you, a little hunched over, and her teeth are just like flashing this wicked white grin against the dark mud on her face. And she just seems to be enjoying this a little too much.
Can I make an insight check, please?
Absolutely.
Is she leading us to our death? I have +4 to that, so it's an 8.
An 8?
Why am I using these dice? You were doing so well last night. You come out.
You are a little bit distrustful of her. Okay, when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Like it seems strange to you that she is putting you through so much trouble. Like surely there's an easier way.
Obviously, there must be. This is ridiculous.
And Zuleika will shake herself off, and that mud goes flying into your face, Silme, right after you've prestidigitated yourself.
It's fine. It's fine. I love your aunt. She flicks the dirt off her face.
Bartholomew is in full work mode.
Mm-hmm. And Zuleika seems pretty impressed by Bartholomew's ability to keep up. And she will say as much. She's like, "You have kept up well, pup."
I had a good teacher.
Your human father.
My mother and my father.
And she will point up above the dark tree line. Now night has fully overtaken you. And you can see that from this angle, it's a place that, once again, it's a place in Barovia that you've never been before. From this angle, the mountains have formed a strange silhouette against the sky. And all these jagged peaks and rocks lined up from this place appear to be a howling wolf. Oh. And she says, "This is where we are going."
You have a lovely home.
I do. This is an ancient treasure that you seek.
Yes.
And it belongs to Mother Night.
Yes.
I want you to be ready. An ancient treasure will require ancient ways to retrieve. This is your last chance to back out.
I'm
We're
alright.
We're already down one. We could use a win, and we've come this far.
It is what I like to hear. Now follow me. And she leads you up the mountain towards the cave. All right, Keffris and oh god,
Flynt.
yes, thank you. I was like, he's not Vic. He's not Vic. Woof.
I might be again soon once this goes horribly, horribly wrong.
It's
shall-
gonna be fine! I won't let a 9-year-old be right about my state of being.
So as soon as the lightning bolt goes off, Tereska commands Flynt to transform and start running, and for Keffris to catch up with him. And Tereska says that she will run off and try to lead him towards you guys. She's going to meet up with you once she has him.
Okay. Wait, so Flynt is going on ahead.
have to
She's chasing
transform?
after him. Am I just staying here?
No, the two of you are running together.
He is-
Oh, thank God.
You're keeping pace with me.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
I think do I have to be in werewolf form to use up my 40 feet of movement?
Yes.
Okay. I would have prepared for such an occasion by disrobing the non-stretchy clothes.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yes.
Most of the reason why she wants you to transform is because it's easier to track somebody in their werewolf form than it is in their human form.
Mm-hmm. Shifter form.
Or that, sorry. Humanoid.
Thank you. I'm being oppressed. All right. Change away, I do.
Big fuzzy baby. All right.
Before he changes, Keffris, you can probably see he does look actually a little bit concerned. But then he turns into wolf and starts running.
Just keeping pace. That is
Okay.
it.
I want both of you to give me athletics checks.
15.
Athletics, that's an 18.
15 and 18. All right, those will do. So, where do you run to?
I kind of want to lead them as zigzaggly through the forest as possible.
Okay.
Kind of avoiding Vallaki, any other populated centers. And also avoiding the mountains where my den is. I don't want to get anywhere close to there.
Okay. That's probably good. So you could probably, I mean, if you don't want to go towards the mountains, you definitely don't want to go south.
Mm-hmm.
So you could start heading north, but
kind of just like north around Lake Zarovich.
All right. So like in the woods above Lake Zarovich. That's a pretty good bet.
I'll follow along. I'm going to be like shoulder checking and just kind of rubbing myself up against trees as we run,
right.
to try and do not necessarily a rutting because connotation, but more of just like leave visible tracks of where we are going to help make it easier for us to be followed.
Right.
We should definitely go, if we can, like on a north side of a river, so eventually if we need to make an escape we can just cross over the river and hope for the best.
All right. There are actually several rivers flowing down into Lake Zarovich. So like you can run up to the first river you find and then just start heading north along that river and then just kind of like run up and down it.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good to me. Roll me a survival check just to see how well this helps out.
Hey, not bad. That's a 15.
15. All right.
Mine's 16.
Awesome. I like it. So this takes longer than you really expect. You can hear it's a little bit eerie. At some point, like you kind of like will slow down to a trot because you like become concerned that maybe you're running too fast and they aren't able to catch up with you. And it becomes pretty clear that they aren't going to be able to find you quite as quickly as you thought they were. It like started off with like this bang and you're all like, yeah, let's do this, let's go. And then like it becomes clear that this is less of a sprint and more of a marathon. And you start to reach that point where you realize, oh, okay, well, maybe we should conserve our energy a little bit here.
Do I think I need to like double back to pick back up Tereska?
She said she'd find you.
Yeah, but just a little bit concerned.
Okay. If you would like to.
Kinda.
All right.
What indications would I have if she is able to catch up to us, if any?
You could probably try and get her scent.
Mm-hmm. Can I give it a go?
Give it a whirl.
Cool. Advantage because sniff.
Sniff, sniff.
Well, those are both dreadful. 7.
Okay. You do not get her scent at all. And well, actually, hold on. She could roll a 1. Yeah, you do not get her scent at all. And it becomes clear to you that she has gotten pretty good at moving without being seen.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to stick with the plan.
Okay. Keffris, there is a moment where Flynt, sorry. God, every time. There is a moment where Flynt flags behind, and he has a moment of hesitation.
All we have to do, the only thing that we have to do, is that we just have to get to the point. Once we get to the point, we're going to pick up Tereska, and then we're going to run like hell. That's still the plan. She'll meet us there. She will be there.
We don't have a point.
The point is forward. Worst case scenario, you and I just have to make a separate kind of hell. So think big thoughts and hope big as well. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get out of this alive. Keffris just double thumbs up. Kind of like rubs a spine against a tree as he's saying it. And then just continues running.
All right.
If we don't run into her soon, and I'm going to give it soon, like max half hour, I will be doubling back.
Okay.
And that's my intention. I'm sticking with the plan for a little bit longer.
All right.
I'm going to follow Vic, or Flynt. God damn it, now you got me saying it.
This is why I don't play two different characters.
Yep. I'm going to go, and if Flynt doubles back, I will double back as well, because we're getting out of this together.
Have I picked up Kirill's scent at all?
Give me a perception check, advantage, because sniff, sniff.
Sniff, 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 sniff. That's a 16.
16? All right, that's pretty good. Kirill is not trying to hide. He is loud and he's proud, and he is making himself known. And it's a little bit eerie. You can actually hear that the pack has basically split up into different groups and are pretty much just kind of combing the forest, looking for something. You presume you. And like you get howls from different directions, but you have a pretty good idea of which direction Kirill must be.
Do we want to make our distraction?
I have grave concerns.
Are they looking for us? Are they looking for someone specific?
I cannot tell.
I can be very loud if I want to be.
Please do.
And Keffris will just cock his arms back and enter into a rage and just through the woods as loud as he possibly can to help like create a focal point.
All right. And there is like the odd like howl like in the distance where like, you know, they're just kind of like checking in on each other. Those howls go quiet. And there is a good long silence. And then you hear a howl very close to you.
Okay, run like hell.
I howl.
We need to run.
No, Flynt, you've joined the howl.
What are you doing?
I can't help it. Noise, run.
All right, you guys start running. Let's cut back to the other group. Zuleika has picked her way up through what appears to be a game trail. You guys have been up mountain passes before where it is usually wide enough, at least for like a goat cart to get through. But you have to be very careful making your way up this mountain. It is quite precarious. I need an athletics check.
Don't you worry.
Ooh, Irena just nat 20'd.
That's a D12. Give me a second. Hey, 21.
Ooh.
Good. I got one of those numbers.
Oh my. Was that a nat 1?
No, I rolled a 3.
Oh, a 3.
So it's 2.
So it's a 2. Wonderful. Okay. So as you are you forgot to wear flats on this adventure.
I did. I'm in a
So-
dress.
So, whilst you are making your way through a particularly thin bit of ground, you make the mistake of looking down, and then you realize how high you've gotten at this point, and you begin to waver a little bit, and like you can almost feel like the gravity is trying to pull you down.
Can I mom hand her?
Yeah, no, I think you and Irena both do it at the same time.
Don't look down. Don't look down. It's very high up. We are very high up.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Silme, but you've already looked down.
All right.
I-
She's gonna
I-
like hug the wall.
Yeah. Irena will actually reach over and like help push you so that you're facing the wall now. And she's like, I'm right here.
I didn't realize I had a fear of heights.
Mm. You do not have a fear of heights. You have a healthy respect of them.
Thank you. That actually makes me feel a lot better.
I mean, everybody should have a healthy respect of heights.
Yes.
I mean, that could definitely kill you if you fell down there. She's like looking down.
Bartholomew kicks a pebble, waits like 4 seconds. Talk.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And then you guys shimmy. And when you finally reach the end of this, it seems much longer than it should be. When you reach the end of this sidling area, you finally come out, and Bartholomew has already experienced this, but like you have reached an elevation where the fog has begun to thin. It's not gone per se, but you can look out over Barovia and you can see the treetops kind of poking out of the fog. You can see the other mountains in the range just kind of like looming in the distance. And like there is no sunlight to like give the feeling of, you know, triumph and freedom that you had before. Instead, at this point, it seems a little more still, peaceful, maybe.
Well, this is lovely. I mean, it's pretty. No one's trying to kill us right here, so that's nice.
Why did you have to say that?
For the time being, Irena says, and you will look back around towards the mountains, towards the mountainside, and you see that that cliff face that looked like a wolf. Now you are basically underneath a jutting upper jaw of that wolf, with the canines coming down in stalactites.
Well, this is a oddly specifically formed. Did they make this?
History check.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Bartholomew, who are you? 15.
15. No, you would. This does not look like a carved. Like you know what like chisels and shovels and things would look like in a mountainside. There is none of that here. Everything seems to be the product of natural erosion.
It looks like it's all natural.
And Zuleika comes out of the shadows, all spooky like, right behind Silme, and says, "We did not make it. It is a gift from Mother Night."
We are talking about Strahd, yes? Is anyone else?
No.
No?
Mother Night was supposed to be the goddess who ruled over the night in Barovia, as opposed to the Morning Lord who ruled over the day.
Oh. So there are deities here.
The Morning Lord has not been in these lands for a very long time.
Right. This is fine.
Strahd might like us to think of her as Mother Night, but I know the truth.
You do not like Strahd?
She like looks around to make sure that nobody's watching, and she kind of leans in conspiratorially towards you, and says, "Strahd does not care for us.
No,
So-
no.
So long as we are bringing her souls, she tolerates our existence."
Right. Spooky. Are we ready to move in now?
This is your last chance.
I thought we already had a last. Yes,
I will give you another one.
Okay,
I am generous.
I appreciate your generosity, but I'm a Malreska, and when we put our minds to something, we do it. Even if it breaks our family members' hearts.
I see family is important to you.
Yes, very.
I as well.
Which family? If I may ask.
Mine. And she will turn around and stalk into the cave mouth.
I feel like this is a trap, Speedy.
Trap or not, the book is in there and we need it.
All right.
Do you approach?
Speedy will close his eyes and you hear like the night vision goggle "Pween" come on as
All right.
As what?
he turns on his night vision.
Oh,
He has this is a blood hunter thing.
okay.
No, this is a ranger thing.
Oh, you're right. It's Gloomstalker, right?
Gloomstalker. We
It's a
forget that
ranger
Daddy.
thing. So you get a much better view of what is within this wolf's jaw. You can see two humanoid figures just kind of standing on either side of it. And they kind of tense a bit as Zuleika approaches, but she puts up her hand placatingly and they relax. And then she turns around and gestures for the rest of you to follow.
We'll follow.
Speedy, if she tries to harm us, are you all right with us killing her?
Yes. I'm going to prioritize your safety. So if things go bad, drop a fireball. And he'll walk forward.
All right. As you walk forward, Speedy, I'd say that you'd be more aware of this. You can see that there are what seems to be tens of generations of footprints going in and out of this cave in various sizes and shapes, mostly canine, but there are humanoid footprints as well. And you notice that there are a lot of human, like small human child-sized footprints going in, and most of the ones coming out are wolf paws.
I'm going to keep quiet for now.
All right. Zuleika leads you past the guards, which are two females who just kind of regard you coldly as you walk in. And you are led through an intricate network of caves. What you might have thought to, like, whatever you thought a werewolf cave might be, like maybe just like one open area where like a bunch of wolves just like piled together. It is not that. It is a long hallway that branches off to different areas. You can hear the sound of crashing water somewhere deep in the cave. And you are like, it seems that there is space in here for a good number of people and or creatures. However, it is near empty. And the people that you do pass by seem to either be too young, too injured, or too old to hunt.
If I can catch up to Zuleika, I'll ask my aunt just how many people did Kirill take out for his hunt.
She like literally starts counting on her fingers. All of the able-bodied.
Will that be a problem for the others?
Almost certainly, if they decide to fight.
Let's hope they're not going to fight then.
Are they the type to run?
No.
Then I would be worried about them.
Oh, that's my secret. I'm always worried about them.
Terrible. She continues to lead you, and you go past a small boy that you actually recognize from Strahd's party. And he is just kind of like he's got like blonde hair, and he's wearing pretty much nothing but a loincloth, and he's got the femur of some sort of animal. You can't really tell which because it's been gnawed down so much, but he's just like kind of chewing on this femur and just going like and this kid is just like feral.
Quirked eyebrow keeps walking past.
And Zuleika will lead you into a small offshoot, and you hear the tootling sound of someone playing pipes really, really badly.
Great.
Like a pan flute?
Yeah. And you become aware of who that is when you see a man just kind of like hunched over. He's got a quite a prodigious hunched back, and he's got a little set of silver pan pipes that he is just kind of like tooting into and then looking at quizzically and then like tootling a little bit more. And he has a big gray beard and just a mop of gray hair kind of going down his shoulders, and he's wearing furs. And Zuleika approaches him and says, "Skenis." And he regards her, and she says, "These are the people who will participate in the proving." And he just kind of nods knowingly, and he will put those pipes aside, and he will scoot on up to you guys. You can see as he approaches, his eyes are milked over, and if he has any sight at all, it must be very little. He seems so old that the cataracts have taken his vision. And he just kind of goes, and so who are these people who want to participate in the old ways?
Bartholomew Tornescu.
Tornescu. That's a name I haven't heard. Outside of this one, and he just kind of ruffles her hair, and Zuleika swats him away. And who are you? And he like turns his big, his big old head towards Silme, and you can hear him audibly sniffing.
Silme Malrezka of the Malrezkas.
Like flowers.
Indeed.
And this one? He turns to the third person accompanying you, and she says, Irena Kolyana. And he goes, I get the idea I'm supposed to know who you are. And he shrugs. So, has anyone explained to you the proving?
A little.
Please.
They
If you would.
They haven't been doing it right around here for a long time.
Oh?
But now, when the alpha's away, the betas will play. That's a joke. Alphas and betas don't exist.
That's what I've read, yes. It's more like a cyclical structure. Yes.
What are the details to this ancient proving that we have just signed up for?
Well, you want something, don't you?
Yes. Do you have it?
don't know what you want, dear.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just being an old cryptic person.
I think he still is.
Well,
What do...
we
Sorry.
respect strength around here. Strength is wisdom.
Ooh.
So, if you are able to prove yourself in combat, then you can have what you want.
You said wisdom. I thought we were going to take a test.
It is sort of a test. What are we fighting?
Whoever you want.
You can fight me, Speedy.
That's not how it works. You have
Oh.
to fight someone from the pack.
Oh, sorry. Like together or one at a time?
You can choose a second if you want.
Can we use magic?
If that is your strength.
Oh, for sure. She kind of like puts up her arms and like dangles them a little bit. I'm very weak.
And what able-bodied fighters do you have if Kirill's taken them all?
He will just kind of put his arm out towards Tereska. And Tereska has her arms crossed. Her face is just kind of a mask of she's trying not to betray any emotion, but she begins to smirk and then she just kind of smiles at you.
Wonderful. Shall we, Speedy?
All right.
I do apologize ahead of time. She starts going through her bag with all her components in it just to make sure she knows where everything is.
Excellent. Well, then follow me to the proving grounds. And you see him begin to shuffle off. He doesn't really stand fully, like, to his full height. He seems to have, like, arthritis in his bones. He just kind of shuffles off. And Zuleika leans in and says, he is the oldest in our pack. At this point, we are just trying to see how far he can get.
Any bets so far?
Plenty.
Mm.
I think that Mother Night likes him. So he might live for a while yet. But then again, if Kirill tires of him, she just sort of trails off.
All right.
He leads you all down deeper into the cave. And the cave opens up to a large flat area. You can see that there is a circle that has been flattened out on the ground. And there are dark stains just kind of spattered about it. You can see a large pile of bones that looks like like at first sight looks like it's about 3 feet off the ground, but as you approach, you realize that there's a big hole. And looking down into the hole, you can see that this pile of bones just continues down into the hole, like into darkness forever. And among the bones, give me a perception check. This time it's visual based, so no advantage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
19.
19. All right. Both of you can spot this almost immediately, as though drawn to it by fate. There is a thick tome bound with a red cord.
A red cord?
A red cord.
Red. I'll nod my head to it, to Silme and Irena.
Mm-hmm.
Irena is staring at it as though she recognizes it.
I'm going to hook my arm underneath Irena's arm, just to keep her moving with us.
What if she has been drawing to the book the whole time and not the werewolves? I'm so stupid.
I have an 8 intelligence, and I figured this one out.
I've had bigger things to worry about.
I know, I'm sorry.
Also in this room, there are a bunch of cages, and they are empty.
Where are the children?
What children?
Bartholomew closes his eyes like, "Ugh."
Do you smell any children, Bartholomew?
Do I?
Come, little
Perception, I suppose.
children,
Hey,
I'll
get your
take
hocus
you
pocus out of here.
away. Winnie, I smell children.
Another natural 20.
Another natural 20.
Boom!
Amazing. You can tell that there have been children here, but not recently.
It's not recent. The scent is too weak.
All right, how do you want to handle this? The fight, I mean.
I don't know how it's going to go, so
All right, well, are you going to fight up close?
it's the only option I have at the moment.
Right. Okay, well, big spells first then.
I'll wait on you.
Skennis turns around and says, "So, what is it that you want?"
I mean, if you have any books.
He just kind of puts a hand up and says, "There is one going through the proving, and there is a second." And he points at Bartholomew about the proving.
Oh.
You are going through the proving, yes?
Yes.
All right. So tell me what it is you want.
There's something in the pit of bones that I wish to retrieve. If I prove myself, I'm going down there to get it.
I see. Well, it belongs to Mother Night. But she respects strength. So if you prove yourself, I'm sure she'll allow you to have it.
Don't like that. And what do you mean by second?
He puts up a hand and says, "There's a time for everything. Who do you choose as your opponent?"
I choose to fight Zulika Taranescu.
I see. Who do you choose as your second?
Silme Malreska.
And he just kind of smiles, and he turns to Silme and says, "What do you want?"
Do I get something different?
You may.
Ooh, I'd like to free all the children.
There are no children here yet.
Well, when they get here, I want them freed.
And
Jesus.
deposited somewhere safely, because if you free them in the forests of Barovia, they are
Well,
going
of course,
to
I
certainly
mean,
die.
I meant I will take them away. Do I need to be that specific, or?
He looks to Zulika and says, "She's a smart one." And Zulika just kind of shrugs. And so now, as he's looking at Zulika, he says, "So Zulika, who do you choose as your second?" And Zulika just kind of rubs her chin, and she looks briefly on Irena. And Irena kind of looks nervously at Bartholomew. And Zulika says, "I choose Bianca." And Irena's like, "Bianca?" And Zulika points at the bones and says, "Bianca." And there is a jumbling sound as an enormous white werewolf just kind of explodes out of the bones and just sort of runs along the wall and then skids to a stop next to Zulika. And Zulika just points down and says, "Bianca."
Hello, I'm Silme.
And then Skennis says, Oh, I didn't expect this. It seems that you're going to have to prove yourself against Kirill's mate.
Oh, fuck.
She has a stat block, if I remember correctly.
And
So
he
you get
says,
point to. Oh.
he says, he kind of points at Silme and says, "You don't have a wolf form, do you?"
Not yet. No. Nope, just the dress.
I see. Well, by the ancient rules, he turns to Zuleika and Bianca. He says, by the ancient rules, you shall have to face them in your human forms. And Zuleika kind of frowns, and Bianca sort of like looks unhappy about it. And she begins to shrink into, honestly, a not that much smaller figure. And it is just a basically really beefy woman with long platinum hair. And she seems to have bandages wrapped around her knuckles. And she just kind of cracks her knuckles and stands ready. And he says to Bianca, "What is it that you want?" And Bianca turns to him and says, "I will wait on my decision." And he says, "All right, by the ancient rules, that's allowed." And he turns to Zuleika and says, "What is it that you want?" And Zuleika looks at Bartholomew and says, "I want my sister to rejoin the pack." And Skenis kind of rubs his beard briefly and says, "By our ancient laws, if she wants to oppose that decision, she can use her own strength to do so. But until such a time that she does so, I will allow this."
I want to clarify some rules in this proving,
Yes.
if possible.
Could I see the handbook, please? I'd like to read the contract before we just jump into it. If that's all right.
He kind of holds his hand up questioningly for a second, and then he holds it down to you.
I just wanted to know, is this to the death or until someone surrenders?
Until surrender or death.
Speedy, I can't take a lot of hits, so I'm going to kind of rely on you for this one. I have healing potions in my bag, thank you.
Any other questions?
Are there any things that we can't do?
No holds barred?
Right, and do we have to stay in the circle?
Not necessarily.
Perfect, thank you.
He points over at Irena. She cannot interfere. It is between 2 and 2.
Understood.
All right. Well, if everyone is ready. Is everyone ready?
Draws
Yes.
2 short swords, flips them.
Silme looks over at him, pulls out her book, licks her finger and turns to a page, and then puts her hand in her components bag like a freaking gunslinger.
Then the proving may begin.
And is that a good time
After
for
the break.
After the break.
I need to pee.
Yeah. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who has decided to stick with us so far as Danae takes us on a very spooky tale of taking Strahd seriously. And we shall return in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to bit.ly/adventure merch. Pick yourself up something nice. And we will see you guys soon. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. And we're back. Hello, everybody. We have returned. There was a fly in front of my face. I hope I got him. But Speedy and Silme are gearing up for the proving. Keffris and Flynt are running really, really, really fast. That's it.
I need everyone to make initiative rolls.
Something happened when I roll initiative. You said to
Yes.
tell you.
Yes. And I'll let you know what's going on there.
Okay.
But I want to hear everybody's initiative first.
Wowee.
23.
23? 23 for Speedy. For Silme?
19.
19. Very good, very good. For Keffris.
6.
Wonderful.
That's
Flynt.
with advantage.
Flynt got 19.
19. Okay. So, here's the thing. I say. As though I'm giving you guys bad news. I'm not giving you guys bad news. Do I need to record this initiative? Zuleika and Bianca.
Darly Poofles, thank you for the sub.
Woohoo! All right. So, here's the thing. Is anybody familiar with chase rules as described in the DMG?
Ish. Waterdeep had them.
Nope.
Okay. So, basically, a chase works out in basically the same way as combat. It is recommended that you use your action to dash, but you don't necessarily have to. You can use your action for other things as well. But it is very likely that whatever is chasing you will catch up with you if you do not. You can use your dash action for a number of times up to 3 plus your Constitution modifier. I have recorded that for everybody involved in the chase. So I will let you know when you have used up all of your free dashes. Every time that you dash, you need to make a Constitution. Every time you dash after your free dashes are expended, you have to make a Constitution save. And if you fail, then you take a level of exhaustion. And that basically continues until the chase ends. I am willing to allow you to use your bonus action to take actions to try and interfere with your pursuers in some way. So, like, if I say you were in a city and you wanted to, like, knock down some crates or something. So this is kind of a strange, like, pseudo skill challenge, and this is going to occur alongside the proving combat that Speedy and Silme are going to participate in. However, I have listed the chase initiative and the fight initiative separately, so like we're gonna go have like a round of chase and then a round of combat, and then just go back and forth so that it's a little easier to track. I think that the Fires of Vallaki combat was a little hard to keep track of. So that is what we're going to do. On the chase initiative, the two of you had just heard a howl very close to you guys, and you just started booking it. What is your plan? What's your modus operandi here?
I want to get an eye/hands on Tereska.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Sniff?
Advantage for smell.
Sniff, sniff,
Sniff,
sniff,
sniff.
sniff, sniff, sniff.
Sneef, sneef, sneef.
Hey, I finally rolled something good. That's a 21.
A 21. You get a faint smell of her. She is nowhere near you, which seems wrong to you. She's supposed to be meeting up with you.
Yeah, I'm going to that.
Okay. So you are above Keffris in initiative. You're going to try and lead Keffris to
Tereska. Yeah.
towards where you smell Tereska.
Yeah, which direction is that?
It's actually back towards the cave.
That's what I was afraid of. That's where I'm going.
Wonderful. Okay. So you're using your dash action to do that.
Dashing away.
All right. So Flynt sniffs the air briefly for a moment as you guys are running in one particular direction, and Keffris, you see him break off in another way right in front of you in such a manner that it is obvious that you are to follow him. What do you do?
I follow him. It's really not that hard. He's slower than I am, but I'll let him lead.
We're the same speed right now.
I have 50 feet.
Oh, you have 50 when you're raging?
I have 50 because my sister gave me a butt rock.
Butt rock! Cool.
God, I fucking hate the butt rock. It's fine.
So, I am doing that. I am maintaining speed. And if I can get above Flynt, like in front of him, you know, we're in the woods, right? We're in the woods running away as fast as we can. Well, as a bonus action to interfere with our pursuers, would you say that the woods is full of trees?
You might not be able to see the woods for all the trees that are there.
I have an axe that will allow me to quite quickly cut down a tree that I am going to use to quickly chop down trees to create obstacles for our pursuers.
All right, motherfucker, but I'll give you 1 tree per turn.
Yes! So I am raging and I'm chopping down trees like the most furious Paul Bunyan Barovia has ever seen.
You're the worst.
All right.
Which is key for the best.
I both hate and love you, my dear friend.
I'm going to break this fucking axe if it's all that I can do.
Wonderful. All right.
Even this axe are going places.
Okay. I would like you to roll me 4d6.
That is a total of 11.
All right. So as you are running after Flynt, you catch some movement out of the corner of your eye, and you see about 3 wolves catch your scent and start chasing you. And you swing out with your axe, and like in one fell swoop, you take down one of these trees, which falls backwards and smacks into these wolves, absolutely crushing the crap out of their paws, and they recoil, howling in pain.
Also, for as the note that was to remind you of a thing when we rolled initiative, am I aware of a thing that is happening since we have rolled initiative, or is that still on you?
I'm sorry. I completely forgot to tell you exactly what was happening. I was caught up in trying to explain chase rules. Every pursuer that you have has lost one of their free dashes.
Nice.
So there you go. All right, so that's that initiative taken care of. Speedy, at the top of the round, you and Silme have squared off against Zuleika and Bianca. Skenis, just kind of oversees, quote unquote, he can't see a thing. He's just kind of staring blindly and with this kind of unsettling smile on his face over your heads, and he raises his big hand and drops it and says, "Begin."
Speedy's going to wait until Silme has casted her big magic before moving. So can I hold my action for that? The action is going to be to attack Bianca.
Okay. Certainly. You just kind like, he drops his hand and you tense up a little bit, ready to move. And you see Zuleika tense up in a very similar way. And it seems that she is holding her action as well. Silme, it's your turn.
Silme's gonna pull out she's gonna pull out a bit of sulfur in her hand, and she's gonna snap. It's gonna fly in a red streak towards them, and she's gonna cast Fireball. They need to make a dex save.
Alrighty. What is this against?
14.
Already. Oh. All right. Zuleika makes it, not Bianca. I'm doing that thing that moms do.
30 damage is what I rolled.
Holy butts. All right. So 15 damage for Zuleika, 30 damage for Bianca.
And Silme is going to move far away as she can.
All right. So you back out of the circle and press your back against a stony wall.
Yeah. Is there anything, just for future reference, is there anything that I can climb up on?
Certainly. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. There are cages and rock formations just kind of sprinkling the building. When I say building, I mean cave.
Yeah. Cool.
And I am now attacking Bianca.
Yes.
12. Springs forward, short sword number 1.
Hubris.
6. 22.
22 will hit.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll my attacks and then roll
Okay.
damage.
Go for it.
Total. Do you want it total or separate for DR? If there's any?
I don't think it matters for you've got a silvered weapon, yes?
No, it'd be regular. I can't hold silvered weapons, can I?
Ooh. In that case, go ahead and tell me separately.
Cool. Dealing 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Next up, 16.
16 to hit?
Yes.
Yes.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then finally, 24.
Yes, that'll definitely hit.
11 points of piercing damage.
All right. As your blade pierces her alabaster skin, you can see that this is doing very little to her in terms of damage. You can see red lines open up on her hide, but they close up just as quickly as her werewolf regeneration is basically preventing you from making any sort of dent in her.
Cool. It's my turn.
Cool. Zuleika will now use her held action, and she is going to rush up to you and attempt to attack you with that scary bone knife that she has.
Yes.
Will a 18 hit you?
Yes, you want to hit a 14.
Oh boy. All right. And since she has an adjacent friendo, she's going to put her sneak attack damage on this. She is going to do 10 piercing damage with her knife, and then 15 sneak attack damage.
Cool.
How you feeling, bro?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool. All right, and then it is Bianca's turn. She is going to kind of smile down at you, and you hear her knuckles crack as she makes a fist, and she is going to try and get you right in the gut. How is a 21 to hit?
Yep.
All
definitely.
Right. That's going to be 10 bludgeoning damage. And then she's going to come in for her second attack. 17.
Yep.
Awesome. And instead of doing damage, I will need you to make a... Well, actually, no, this isn't instead. Oh, God. All right, that's fine.
Stunning fist, huh?
10 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Fuck out of here. 24.
24. Awesome. So she gets you once in the gut, gets you a second time in the gut, and you can feel her trying to push you down to the ground. But you take a step back and are able to twist out of her grip. That is it for that round of combat. Okay. Back over on the running side. What's going on with you guys? Flynt first.
Doing for my full dash and everything to get to Tereska. And as for bonus to throw off my chasers or pursuers, woof. Seeing Keffris chopping down trees, I'm just gonna be like pulling down bushes and such around me with my big ol' claws as I'm running.
All right. So your big ol' werewolf body just crashing through the woods, and you're just ripping up entire bits of foliage and throwing them behind you, trying to tangle up your pursuers in that.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh boy. Well, that was in that one. Thanks.
Ooh.
Thanks, +8 to athletics.
Okay. That's fine. Keffris, what are you doing?
Same verse, same as the first. Just running forward, chopping down tree as I'm running.
All right. You can hear howls going off behind you. And Flynt, you are able to recognize that the wolves behind that have already succumbed to Keffris's very clever tree trick are warning the wolves ahead about this, so they are going to get advantage on their dex save here. Oh, not that it helps much. Okay. Roll me another 3d6, Keffris.
It was 46 last time.
Was it 4d6?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very funny. It's a smaller tree.
12.
12. All right. That will be 12 damage for somebody.
Also, I should get either necrotic or radiant if I'm damaging somebody with an attack for the first on my turn.
I'm afraid you're not wielding a tree. You're
I
wielding an
could
axe.
be.
It's a melee weapon attack.
Yeah,
If you want to
no,
do
I
necrotic
understand.
damage to the tree, that's fine.
Nah, that's alright. It's K.
It's K. All right, Speedy, top of the round.
Gonna go after Bianca
Gross,
again.
that's your aunt.
Only one of them.
Bianca's not my aunt. Crush me in your arms. What? He's going to flick his short sword out, and it crackles electricity.
All right.
I hate my life. Cool. First and only attack of this round. Oh, hey. Natural 20.
Nice. Awesome. Let's see it.
Boy is on fire.
Actually, he's quite shocking. She takes 13 points of piercing damage, reduced to half. And then 8 points of lightning damage.
Nice. You see her her hair stand on end. Is this with your short sword?
Yes.
All right. So you jab out with your sword, and you see her hand come up to kind of grab your wrist, and then that electricity flows through her body, and her eyes widen in shock. Ha! Ha! I didn't even mean that. I didn't even mean to say that. Oh God! All right.
Could I turn to Silme and just yell, "Drop another one"?
What?
Do it!
No!
On Zuleika's turn, she is going to come up to you, Bartholomew. and say, "This is for taking my sister." And she is going to attempt to stab you in the back. Cool. Uh-huh. All right. A 13.
No, does not hit.
All right, second attack. Oh, poop! And I just roll the exact same, the exact same number again. Okay, wonderful. She comes in, says the cool line, and then misses. Perfect. All right, Silme.
Cool. Is there? Am I? No, okay. Sorry, it said I was still muted. Is there a way that I can cast another fireball without hitting Speedy?
What is a fireball? A
20-foot radius.
You could finagle it and try and drop it behind them so that it just gets the Zuleika and Bianca, not him.
Okay.
You're gonna have to kind of move to get the correct line of sight on that.
Sure.
Jump up on something.
I will do that. Say you're fucking crazy, and then she'll again take out the dust, throw it, and the red streak goes by, and they need to make another dex save.
All right. God, this is bad for them. All right. Wow. Fucking Tereska is just boss at these saves. And
As
Bianca
opposed,
is
what?
not.
She
My mother?
means Zuleika.
I keep on doing this.
Mother?
Just like Vic is running away from werewolves. Okay. Zuleika.
23.
Damage?
Yes.
Holy moly.
With my fireball dice.
Wonderful. All right. So that fireball drops, and the two of them just kind of look surprised for a moment.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I forgot to roll a dice. +3.
More damage. Plus three more damage.
3 more damage, please.
Okay. The two of them look surprised for a moment, and look back to watch that fire drop. And Zuleika just kind of hits the dirt, and her back gets a little bit singed.
Mhm.
But Bianca just gets absolutely enveloped with these flames. And she, like, as the flames, like, kind of look around her body and then dissipate, it looks for a moment like she, like, is going to bring her fist down on Bartholomew. And then she raises that fist and says, "I surrender."
Bianca did?
Yeah, and Bianca begins to back off.
Take over to no.
And Zuleika just kind of looks at Silme in absolute rage.
Silme's gonna, and then give her the finger. And then climb down behind the rock.
Wonderful. Okay. So, back to the chase. You guys are very quickly coming up on the cave when you come to only Flynt is the one who knows about this. All Keffris knows is that he's following Flynt. Flynt, as you are approaching, you are, like, following Tereska's scent. You realize that Kirill's scent is becoming very strong as well.
Can I tell if they are co-located?
Co-locate, like, near each other?
Yeah, at the same spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a perception check for that.
All right, still advantage. Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff.
It's a good thing. 17.
All right. Yeah, that's good enough. Yes. Yes, they're pretty much in the same direction.
All right. I mean, away I go.
Away.
To the. I'm. Going more towards Tereska's, but
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Wonderful. So You choose not to. Are you going to let Keffris know about this at all, or
No.
okay? Is there anything that you want to do to throw off your pursuers?
Yeah, I'll try and break down bushes again.
Okay.
Hey, that's a 27.
All right. That sounds fantastic. That is going to basically add another or remove another dash from all of your pursuers behind you.
Yee.
Yeah.
What am I on? 2? This is my third dash.
This is your third dash, yes.
3 out of 7. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, Keffris, what are you going to do?
So, quick question. For running, what is the time... like, what is the time makeup on this? Like, how long have we been running? Mostly because my rages only last a minute.
This is we're basically just working through initiative here. So each round is 6 seconds.
Okay.
You're fine for now.
Sweet. So mostly because like I know that running for a while would be more than 18 seconds of us running. So more of just like, should I tick off another check on my rage? Because like I'll be using the full minute otherwise. Like if it's each round is a minute of us running versus each round being 6 seconds, just trying to know how much I should tick off for myself.
You have that. I'm okay with this being the first rage.
Okay, cool. So if that is the case, he's going to continue to follow Flynt. And we'll continue chopping trees because he's good at it with this awesome axe that he found.
All right, go for it.
So is it 3d6 or 4d6?
It's 3.
Okay.
Also, when we were running the other direction to begin with, we were doing like a lot of zigzagging and going up and across rivers. This is all directly in one direction.
At this point, you personally are moving 80 feet around. Keffris is moving 100 feet around. So he's kind of making like more erratic movements, as opposed to you, who is just kind of beelining.
I am just going to places where I can still see you and then cutting down a tree and then just chasing up after.
I imagine you're
Sounds
like
about right.
bouncing off of rocks and trees and whatnot, using parts of your climbing speed and stuff to get through here.
Just scrambling.
Jumping from tree to tree like a monkey.
Straight up Tarzan up in here.
Yeah, Tarzan had a deforestation agenda. Like, I must chop down the trees of the fucking forest. We'll be fine.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and... how much did you roll there?
It was 11.
11. All right. You take out a group of wolves behind you. It seems that they were the first ones that you encountered, and they are just, like, they disappear under a log, and now they move no more. At the top of the round, it is Speedy.
Gotta check my own. Oh no. It's off the grid. Does a 14 hit?
I want to say yes, and I will, because that is true.
Okay. 8 points of slashing damage, 2 points of lightning.
8 points of slashing damage, 3 points of lightning.
Yeah, so 8 reduced to 4 if she's doing the thing I think she's doing. And then 2 points of lightning.
Okay.
Bonus action attack. 13. No. And Speedy's going to sidestep into Zuleika's way.
Okay.
Just to block a path between her and Silme.
That's fine. She does not like stop looking at Silme while your short sword digs into her. And when you step into her way, she will bonus action disengage and basically just twirl around and run past you, and like ferally, just down on all fours, she's going to run at Silme and try to bring her blade down on her. Okay, I know a 22 hits. And a 15 hits?
Shield.
Okay, the shield will stop the 15.
Yeah, not the other one.
Okay.
Ow.
She definitely seems angry with you, Silme. So here comes damage.
Do it.
That is going to be 9 piercing damage.
I'm not Gwen. I had to remember I'm not Gwen.
Awesome.
9 full. Do I understand that this, oh, sorry, is she done?
Yes, she's done.
Am I noticing that this fire does a lot of damage?
It does better than unsilvered weapons.
Solid. She's gonna, why not? She's gonna hold out her hand, and she's gonna reach into her pouch and pick out a red dragon scale and just say, sorry, flick it at her and cast Agonazar's Scorcher.
All right.
At 4th level, she needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
2, 3,
How is a
4.
14?
14 is what she needs to hit.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. It's a 17.
That she gets it. So she takes half.
Okay. She has saved on every dex save.
10.
She's a good girl.
16. 23 damage.
Oof.
And then, so I cast it at her. I say sorry, and then I say, okay, bye. And then she's gonna Misty step out of there.
Where do you Misty step
You
to?
weren't able to Misty Step.
Use your
Oh,
action
right,
to
because it's
cast a
fucking-
spell.
It's fine. Things are fine. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna look up. I cast a spell, and then I look over at Speedy, and I go, and that's my turn. I'll take a bonus action to look pathetic.
Wonderful. All right. So that happens. Okay. At this point, all of the normal wolves that have been pursuing you now need to make constitution saves in order to continue pursuing you. So you guys are doing pretty darn well. The danger
Sprint
has
marathons.
the danger has arisen of losing the people that you need to be following you. So
But if I'm going towards the scent that I know is Kirill, I'm not concerned about this.
all right.
But
Keffris,
that might be a tip off to Keffris.
yeah. Keffris, it occurs to you that you are losing a lot of pursuers. But Flynt is still going as hard as he possibly can. Flynt, what are you doing during your dash?
Am I able to notice that our pursuers? I notice that our pursuers are falling back, so I'm not super concerned about wasting energy trying to keep people off of us, and I'm just dashing to the scents. That's what I'm doing full turn.
All right, full turn. He just keeps on going. Keffris.
Oh, well, I'm going to call after Flynt. Do we go back? Do we make ourselves more appealing? What are you doing?
Do it. Make more appealing.
And so Keffris will kind of stop in his steps a little bit, and he will lag behind and see if he chopped a tree down that was blocking the way and no wolves are there. He will chop a path for the wolves to then
allow them to
chase.
come?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can forego your dash this turn to allow them to gain on you a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll forego it and I'll use my action instead to go around, like, towards a side where I had heard more like yipping, yowling, whatever. That was like away from a tree that he just chopped down, and he is going to make a ready action. So if he sees any of these wolves, he wants to make eye contact with them before he goes Paul Bunyan on them.
All right. Cool. All right. So you're going to try and like attack the wolves at this point?
I'm going to wait for the wolves to get up on me, and then I'll drop a tree on them.
Oh, okay. All right. We will resolve that next turn, I suppose.
Yeah, that's my plan. I'm keeping track of where Flynt is going, just so that way I can follow after I've dealt with these wolves.
He's made a pretty clear path.
Flynt, you are pretty aware of how pack, well, God, I guess I'm going to say it, pack tactics work. Not the feature, but the concept. You know that the bigger, stronger boys are going to be up in front where they can possibly, like, get a leg or something and try to take down the person that they're pursuing. And the smaller guys are in the back to try and harry people towards the bigger boys. So you're kind of dealing with werewolves right now, and Keffris is dealing with the smaller actual wolves.
Yeah, I think he's aware of this, and if he still thinks that Tereska's at least cornered, or if not, it hopefully just near Girl, his entire intent is either to get her out of there.
Okay. All right. Speedy, it's you.
He's gonna run over to the side of his aunt and he's gonna drop one of his short swords, not the electrified one. And
oh, actually, sorry, I nearly forgot. At the top of the round, Irena is going to throw her silvered short sword at you. For like just out of instinct, you reach up to catch it. And you expect a burning sensation, but you look down, you realize that she has wrapped a cloth around the hilt of the sword.
smart. He'll dash over. Bonus action. Oh, dear God. Going to electrify this one as well. And he's going to make an attack with that one. The silver electrified short sword.
All right, let's see it.
Cocked. 15 plus 8, 21.
21 definitely hits.
All right. Ooh. 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of lightning.
All right. Zuleika seems to be barely holding on at this point. Your blade pierces into her, and for a moment, she betrays the fact that she is feeling pain for the first time in the fight. It's like that anime moment where she coughs up blood. Do you have any more attacks?
No, I used my bonus action to light the short sword.
All right. Zuleika is going to attempt to grapple Silme. So this is an opposed athletics versus acrobatics or athletics. What'd you get?
19, actually.
Oh my gosh.
It's the mother adrenaline going through you.
You know what's great about this?
Oh, did you roll higher?
Nope, I rolled that one.
That was acrobatics, by the way.
I imagine she hikes you to like your feet between you and Bartholomew. Between her and Bartholomew, and she puts her blade to your neck. in an obvious attempt to take you hostage. But then you just grab her by the forearm and fucking judo flip her onto the ground.
Woo! Sweet.
And now it's your turn.
Okay. Silme's gonna pull out another. She's gonna pull out another red dragon scale and her silver dagger, and she's gonna hold it to her throat, and she's gonna say, "Submit."
All right, awesome. We're going to see what she chooses to do next round.
Oh God.
Okay. Flynt, you are very
Yes.
close to home now.
And the scent?
Very strong.
Is it both Kirill's and Tresca's?
Yes.
Is there any way I can tell that they're at the cave or just outside of it?
Perception check, I suppose.
Doing a lot of sniffing tonight.
Doing a lot of sniffing.
20?
20. Outside.
I don't like that. This has made it much worse. I'm going whole hog. Gotta get there.
Okay. Keffris, I need damage for your woofs.
Bad woof. That's a total of 7.
7 damage. All right.
Do I also how long do I know until I get to the cave?
Basically you're gonna roll up on it next round.
Yeah.
Yay. Just don't act so excited. Don't act so excited. All right. Speedy at the top of the round.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Since that was my ready action to drop the tree on them wolves, can I then make a show of running towards where Flynt was? Because that was my initial plan.
Okay. Yeah. As you drop this tree, you realize that there are no more wolves following you, and all of the howls are actually in front of you.
Oh, good. I run towards where Flynt is. Oh, so very fast.
Keffris just spent this entire fight dispatching all of the mundane wolves. Amazing.
I can't tell the difference. Are they real wolves or werewolves in disguise? Only the blood will tell.
I suppose so. Or silver. Speedy.
Hey.
Silme has your aunt at knife point.
I'm gonna hold my action to see what my aunt decides. If she does not surrender, I will attack.
Okay. God. Sorry, I just pulled a Bartholomew here and I rolled a wisdom save. Zuleika is looking up into Silme's eyes. There is a mixture of fear and rage. And you can see her, Keffris has done something very similar, where she is like breathing to try and calm herself down. But it does not seem to be helping as she begins to transform into her lupine shape. And you can hear Skenis over off in the corner say, "That's an automatic disqualification." But Zuleika does not listen to him as she transforms and attempts to jump at Silme.
I get my attack off.
All right, go for it.
Natural 20.
Let's see some damage, Broseph.
It's Tyler.
As she's getting up, can I bap her with like the butt end of my short sword.
Okay, so you're doing
Non-lethal.
non-lethal. Okay.
So you remember those dice from Gen Con that I've been rolling?
Mm-hmm.
So 14 points of piercing damage. Oh no, that's a D4. That's gonna be a caltrop later. 7 points of lightning damage.
All right. She has not transformed into her hybrid form, but into her wolf form. And the pommel of your blade smacks into the back of her head with a sickening thud. And you watch the light drop from her eyes, and she falls unconscious to the floor.
Did I scare her? Was I scary? Did I do scary things?
I think you tempted her to attack you. That's what you did.
You hear a howl.
Oh.
From outside the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good howl or a bad howl?
Do I recognize this howl?
Do you recognize this howl?
Do I know?
who do you think it is?
Is it Carol?
Oh my goodness, it's definitely Carol.
Her boy.
All right.
Get the book, get the book, get the book.
Speedy will jump down and get the book.
All right. So you jump down into this pile of bones. You feel an auspicious veil in this area. You get an idea that you're definitely trespassing, and there are eyes on you.
As he makes his way to the book and just looks down. Well, I hope I proved myself to you, because I'm taking what's mine. And then grabs it.
All right. You pick up that book, and that auspicious feeling goes away immediately.
Uh-oh! Ruh-roh! I don't like that. Cool.
All right. So, Flynt. Roll me a dex check.
Check or save?
Or you know what? Actually, this would probably be more athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Can I see the source?
Yeah, sure. That's right. You're a barbariabo.
I mean, regardless, if it's an athletics check, I get a 26.
Ooh, nice. Versus... Oh, 25. So a thick furred body slams into the side of you, and the two of you go tumbling. However, you are able to throw this body off of you, and you see Kirill go sliding back, his claws just kind of digging into the ground beneath him. And you find yourself squared up with your enemy.
Can I smell Tereska anywhere near?
She is near.
Okay, but she's not visible.
No.
Okay, well, just baring my claws. I'm just gonna growl, Kirill, and if it's the beginning of my turn, I'm going to go into a rage, and that's if Keffris finds himself nearby at any point, or anyone who's watching. That feeling or that look of fear in his eyes is gone. It is all rage, and I'm gonna go after Kirill.
All right, go for it.
All right, cool. First attack is with claws, and werewolf claws do 2d4 if they hit. So that is a 17.
17 hits.
Okay. That is 8 points of slashing damage with werewolf claws. And bonus action, I did the thing. I raged, so I cannot bonus action try and grab. And I do not know if I have an extra attack at this level, because I have 1 level of rogue, so I do not. So right now, that's what I have.
All right. How much damage did you do?
8 with werewolf claws.
Okay.
And then also just as a point of curiosity, I did my shift into werewolf. Are we going to count that as the same type of shifting as shifter? So I get temp HP, or are we channeling those two as different?
It's 2 different levels of werewolf, bro.
Okay, cool. Then I will channel my more levels later.
Super werewolf level 1.
Yes.
Flynt is ridiculous. I'm just saying.
He's almost as angry as he possibly could be.
This is my final form.
All right. So Keffris, it's you.
Would I be able to reach up to this combat going on within 50 feet?
Yes, with your 50 feet, you can definitely reach this combat.
Okay.
However, as you're approaching, you can see that there are glinting eyes throughout the woods. You are not alone here.
As my interaction, I'm going to put on my blight mask. And then as Kirill has his back turned and is focusing on Flynt, I like to imagine that Flynt is looking at Kirill, and then just from the darkness, both hands on the spear leaping from the shadows is Keffris trying to perform a reckless attack to stab Kirill in the back with the blood spear. So, show me potato salad. That is a 16 to hit, an 18 to hit.
Okay. That'll hit.
So that is.
Also, I was totally wrong. I do have an extra attack.
Whoops.
So
next time.
It is 13 points of piercing damage from a magical weapon.
Okay.
And then it was 6 points of radiant damage.
All right.
And then my second attack.
Go for it.
Which is a 25. And then that is going to be 13 points of piercing damage from a magical weapon.
Okay. Kirill is going to use his legendary action. He is going to frenzy so that he can attack every creature within 5 feet of him. That being you and Flynt.
You don't want to be here, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Does a 14 hit Flynt?
Nope.
Okay.
He has advantage on me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're no reckless.
Lol.
I needed it.
A 24 probably hits Keffris.
Oh yeah, it does.
So Keffris comes down out of the darkness like a terrifying banshee of rage and jabs his spear into Kirill, who turns around and bats him away, doing a number of damage. Started describing it and then like to stall to look for damage and didn't even do it. Okay, that's going to be 15 piercing no. Yes, 15 slashing damage. That's the one. All right, and that's Kirill's turn.
I'm fine.
Or Kirill's legendary action.
Yeah, that's
just 3 barbarians fucking duking it out. Like, let's see where this goes.
And then 3 werewolves come running out of the forest and accost Flynt. Oh god. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Here comes some attacks on you, Brosive. What is your AC?
The target to hit is 18.
18. All right, miss, and 1 hit. So it's almost like you can you sense them coming. Like you are glaring down at Kirill, and then your ears pin back briefly, and then as 3 werewolves come at you in just a frenzy of flying claws, you dodge and weave, and only one of them manages to get a scratch on you, and that is 6 slashing damage.
6, and it is werewolf slashing damage. So do I take
Full?
full?
Yep, full. Werewolves against werewolves is...
How about barbarian raging?
Oh, if it's barbarian raging, then you can reduce it.
Yay! Everything's fine.
I'm not going to take away your this. All right, so at the beginning of this round, we are going to intermesh the separate initiatives. So, God, I should probably roll Irena in, because she's here now. Yeah, okay. So, Speedy, you are at the top of the round, and there is a commotion outside.
They're back far too early. He'll throw the book to Silme. He's going to put a health potion down next to Zuleika and then start running towards the cave entrance.
Okay. You do it.
Can I make it there in 50 feet?
You can get to the cave entrance within 50 feet, and you can see this fight going down. Flynt, Keffris, Kirill, and what appears to be 6 werewolves.
I'm not healthy for this. Whatever. Action. Actually, yeah, I have 1 more of that, I think. No, I don't. Oops. Bartholomew's gonna shift.
Okay.
He does like scabbards the 2 short swords, runs like a hand as it's getting clawed through the buttons on the front so the shirt doesn't rip,
Mm-hmm.
and then hulks out.
All right. Awesome. Amazing. Is there anything else on your turn?
That's it. That's all my actions.
Okay. 3 werewolves are going to descend on Keffris. What AC am I going for here?
Oh, a 15.
Oh shoot, you reckless, didn't you?
Yeah.
You monster.
Yeah, I did.
How
Don't
dare
they
you?
already have tactics?
Werewolves, oddly enough, do not have tactics.
Wolves do.
Neat.
You said 15?
Yes.
Okay. That is 1 hit. Fuck. God. I'm getting out a dice roller for this. This is too many dice.
You should be running.
The last
Terrible.
person who told me that, who I ended up fighting alongside with, so there.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna die
This
here.
is me having to do
You
math
can't,
on the
you're not allowed
fly.
to.
All right, so that's 1 werewolf figured out. He misses. Natural 20. He hits on one of them. 13 doesn't hit. So last werewolf. 18 on the die. And then 15 on the die. So it's 1 nat 20 and then 2 hits. Here comes some damage. I'm going to resolve the nat 20 first. 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 piercing damage on the nat 20, and then here comes damage from the other 2 claws. 7 piercing damage, and then Another 7 piercing damage. These guys will nickel and dime you to death. All right, so that's that. 3 werewolves descend on Keffris and make a bunch of bad things happen to them. And then Kirill is going to go ahead and use his legendary action again to frenzy once more. Uh, 16 on the die against Keffris, and then 17 on the die against Flynt.
I'm assuming he has more than a +1.
He definitely has more than a +1.
So like a +2?
Yeah, like what type of pluses are we talking
Like
about?
if you had to quantify it, what would you
Like
assume?
any number between 1 and
7
100.
slashing damage for Keffris.
Okay.
I will take all
17.
these nickels to the bank.
17 slashing damage for Flynt.
That ain't a nickel or a dime.
that's like $1.
That's a nickel and a dime and 2 pennies.
What's that? Half 8.
Okay. And now Kirill will take his actual turn.
Yeah.
God. So here comes a slash for Keffris and then 2 for Flynt, because boy howdy, he sure do not like him.
Oh, feelings mutual.
Oh shoot, hold on. It's 1 die for Flynt. God. Confusing me. Okay. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And then second one for you. 16 to hit.
No.
Okay, and then 1 for Keffris. 24 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So 1 for each of you. This will be simple enough. 13 slashing damage on Flynt. And 21 slashing damage on Keffris.
Oh boy.
And Kirill very much seems to be enjoying this. He's just bathing in sprays of blood around him. He's very much enjoying this. He's a happy boy.
What a happy little boy.
He's a happy boy. All right, and now it is Flynt.
Cool. This is going to be a lot of attacks. So I'm going to be taking 2 unarmed attacks as attacks on my turn. So that's a 19 and a 7.
All right. The 19 will hit.
Cool. And then on that hint, he's going to use a bonus action to attempt to grapple.
Okay.
You get sneak attack because I'm right there.
It is not a dexterity-based weapon, right? It is a strength-based weapon.
If you are using your strength to attack, then no.
Our claws.
It is not. If you are using your strength to attack, it is not a
Yeah.
dex-based weapon.
I don't think claws are finesse weapons.
Yeah.
Not with that attitude.
Anyway, attempting to grapple, I got advantage because I'm raging.
Cool.
And that is a 24.
God, he rolled a 28.
Damn. Okay. Well, here comes the damage for the attack. And that's... Sorry, I can do quick math in my head. That's 14.
Total?
14 total.
Okay. All right. Silme, it is your turn. You are able to get to the mouth of the cave.
Silme is holding the book as she passes. Oh God, I forgot it.
I was just gonna growl at Speedy to run. Anyway.
Ilduder.
As she's passing the Milder, what's his name? The old dude.
Scannis.
Scannis. She's just gonna say, "Is there any way we get out of this alive?"
That depends. Are you strong enough?
Fair enough. She runs out to the mouth of the cave. Oh, bollocks. Kira's the alpha. So no. Yeah. So Yeah, fuck it, why not? Let's do a magic missile on him at 2nd level. So that's 4, right? 4 starts.
Yep.
Yeah. That's 10. 10 damage.
Alrighty. Awesome. That's
And she's gonna stay like there are the 2 guards guarding the cave, right? Or have they moved?
They are kind of just watching the fight with muscles tensed, trying to decide whether or not they want to intervene here, as it seems that a lot of the folks that were left behind aren't necessarily completely on Kirill's side.
Yeah, she'll be holding the book in both of her arms and kind of look from side to side and just gonna stay here. Go, Keffris!
As you are doing this, since you are a little bit more of a, I'm not saying a full-on spectator in this fight, but you have less, I don't know what to say, rage involved in this. Your head is a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
So a little more presence of mind. You will see kind of off in the distance what appears to be a large cage made of branches, just kind of pieced together, and seems to be a bunch of children.
Oh, solid. Like, are they alone?
Roll me a perception check.
$14.
Oh, well, she happened to roll very poorly. You see a familiar figure crouched next to them, seemingly undoing the bindings holding the cage together.
Cool.
It is Tereska. She seems to be intent on freeing the children.
Sounds good. Editor.
Okay. So end turn for Silme, some werewolves. Who did the werewolves attack last? It was Keffris, wasn't it?
Keffris.
Okay, so werewolves for Flynt. 17?
Nope.
13? I
Nope.
guess 13 wouldn't either. God. So 12 wouldn't, but 22?
Yeah. That does it.
All right, and 23. So here comes damage for 2 attacks. That is going to be 7 damage and 11.
Cool.
How you doing?
I'm dandy. I haven't even reached my final form.
Wonderful. Okay. So on Irena's turn, she is going to come skidding out, having relinquished her silver short sword to
Bartholomew.
Speedy.
She can draw it. It's right there. It's in the sheath.
Like steal it, I guess you did just drop it. So yeah, she will. God, I'm having a time keeping track of all this. All right, so she comes running out, and will basically lean down to draw that sword, and she will look to Silme and say, "Wasn't it a part of the deal that you were to free the children?"
Oh, yes, that's being taken care of right now. I don't know if you should enter this. This seems to be a monster mash.
I pride myself on mashing monsters.
Phrasing.
Oh, shit. All right, top of the round, Speedy. No, Keffris, it's Keffris. Keffris is at the bottom of the round. Go, Keffris, go.
Yay!
I believe in you. You can do
After
it.
he's been slashed at and got a few times, he thinks to himself, "Of my blood I give freely," and he continues to stab out towards big scary Wolfman. And he's not going to do a reckless attack because last time he did it, it hurt really bad. That is a 22 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a total of 15 points of magical piercing damage and 5 points of radiant.
Okay.
And then he's going to stab again. For a 26.
Yes.
And then that is 10 points of magical piercing.
All right. Kirill actually kind of like staggers for a second as that seems to make him remember his mortality for a moment. And now he has stopped having fun and has started to get angry.
And Keffris just whirls his head towards Kirill and gives it a little shake, and then continues to just pose the spear menacingly towards him. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Kirill will remember the spear at all, but
Kirill is a full head taller than Flynt, and he's just a big boy.
Big.
He real big. All right, Speedy.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the big boy. Bonus action, light my claws. Oh boy. Man, I've been doing this a lot lately. 69. And he's going to run up, slash Kirill, and then back off. Possible. Does a... Sorry. What? 19?
A 19 will hit.
Cool. Hey now. 13 points of slashing damage, 2 points of lightning damage.
All right. And you are unable to like do a disengage or anything.
I can use my movement to back off because I have mobile. So whoever I attack,
when you attack, got it. Okay.
That person cannot make an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha.
Nice.
No frenzies for no fun frenzies for Kirill, it seems.
Frenzy me.
Werewolves are going to come for Keffris. Did you reckless this time?
Fucking no, I didn't. That was such a bad idea last turn.
Yeah. Okay, so 14.
Just misses.
Okay. 15.
Just hits.
1 hit. 2 hit. All right, here come damage. Ah! Okay. 7 slashing damage, and then another 7 slashing damage. That is for you, my friend. And then it is Kirill's turn.
I'm finally bloodied.
He's going to do 3 slashing attacks. 1 for Keffris, and you know what? How far did you back off, Bartholomew?
As much as my movement allows me to go back and forth.
Okay.
So if it's like 30 feet, 15.
He's going to kind of sniff the air briefly, and then you see him smile. And he's going to rush towards you, Bartholomew, provoking attacks of opportunity from Keffris and Flynt.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. Okay, I'll remember it for next time.
Oh, good. 12.
12 misses. 22 hits.
12 points of magical piercing damage.
Okay. Kirill is going to unleash 3 claw attacks on Bartholomew. Oh, 11, 18, 12.
The 11 and 12 do not hit.
So 1 hit. 21 slashing damage.
Cool. Give me 1 second. Pick a target.
Who?
I failed my wisdom roll. That's a hybrid.
Oh, pick a target. Who are you near?
It would be Kirill in front of me. So
Okay. If only Kirill is near you, then it's Kirill.
okay.
It's somebody within 10 feet, right?
5 feet.
5 feet?
No, it's. I think I move to whoever's closest.
Oh, it's Kirill.
DM's choice. That's a 19 on the die, so
Yep,
25.
hits. Yep, totally hits.
Fully hits. 15 points of slashing damage, 4 points of lightning. I maxed out.
God. And this is with your claws?
Yes.
So Kirill gets a little bit more than what he was bargaining for. It seems that he was approaching you with the sadistic intent of going after the new little pup in town. He's going to kick you into a corner and bully you. So he gets you with 1 claw, and then your claws come up just as quick as a flash and just open up his throat. And blood gushes from the wound, and he looks surprised for a moment, and then he just kind of like looks down at the blood flowing from the wound, and he staggers a little bit, and then with that look of shock still on his face, he just falls forward.
Bartholomew pitches his head back and howls.
I join the howl.
Keffris joins the howl.
Can I make an intimidation check against the wolves attacking?
Yes,
Would he have
do it.
advantage because his friends are howling with him?
Yes.
And we just killed the alpha.
Yes, all of this.
Natural 20.
Bump, 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 bump! Yes! That's what's up. You're gonna fucking die on Monday. Yeah!
Yeah.
The other 6 werewolves in the fight pitch back their heads in a howl as well. And the guards up at the door transform into their werewolf forms, and they howl as well. And the entire pack has immediately accepted you as a wolf with power.
Hashtag proving.
Hashtag awoo.
And then I go back to Valaki and I get my kindness. Fuck you guys.
I think that's the best place we can leave off today.
Guys, I'm sweating. My back is wet.
All right, so with that, I would like to say first and foremost, thank you, Danae, for running such an incredibly spoopy game. Thank you to Tyler for being our guest once again this week. Danae, take us away.
My name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of stuff on this channel. You can find me here on Mondays playing Coriander the Elegant Paladin, or on Tuesdays playing a whole mess of werewolves and Strahd. That's DanaeKeener.com once again. Oh, I'm also going to be playing Haka, the supernatural detective, tomorrow on Wednesday, same time. We only get to play this game once a month, and that's when our schedules line up. So definitely tune in for that. It's a very good time. GB is the best.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel. You can catch it at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and how all bakers should pander to their customers. Catch me on Monday on the homebrew game where I play Kalen the Shatterkai Cleric. It's getting weird. There's some plans in motion. Expect next week to be a blast. I'm here as Bartholomew, mild-mannered Svalich hunter. Sunday, I'm over at Pro Restar's channel with LBHackEmUp, and we play the Cypher system. It's a game called Phase. It's a good time. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi! In honor of the awoos, I am LBHackEmUp, and you can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters. And yeah, you can find me here Mondays and Tuesdays. This week, Friday, I will be playing on Damn Barry's channel, doing our Ghosts of Saltmarsh game, where I'm in trouble with my husband. And then on Sunday, we are doing our Monster of the Week game, where we will be going to a college Halloween frat party. So my character, who is the expert and the nerd, is going to be oh so awkward. So join us for that. And then after that, you can catch me on Pro's channel with RJ. Yeah, DanaeKeener.com.
Yeah. And Tyler, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Tyler. You can find me at Frothy Inferno on Twitter, where I don't tweet often. And you can occasionally find me here on The Curse of Strahd. And we'll see if Flynt returns.
Yes. And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey fella, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the indoor adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/indoor adventures. We do this show Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here at twitch.tv/indoor adventures. Hey, if this is the first time you're watching and you want to go and check up on what we have presented thus far, consider going to youtube.com/indoor adventures or check out podcasts anywhere where they are available under the same moniker. That is where you can find us. However, now we are going to be going into our Patreon supported podcast called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. So if you had any questions for us, whether us as characters, us as players, feel free to post them in the Discord that you can find the link to below in any of the videos. And of course, that gets linked freely in the chat as we play this game live. So, again, I would like to say thank you, Danae, for running such a wonderful game. Thank you to Tyler for joining us as an excellent guest. And we will see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!